I've been publishing books for 5 years, as I'd mentioned before, and I've had, somewhere south of about 4,000 publications, 7 different languages, dozens of different platforms, and a lot of people are going, how the heck do you do it? And then they start to notice, wait, you do YouTube as well? With nearly 20,000 subscribers and over 1 million views? What gives, dude? What's the secret? Are you doing some type of a hack? Believe it or not, there are a few little tips and tricks that get me along the way, and really it's not as hard as you would think it is. You want to learn about that? Stay tuned. This is Self-Publishing with Dale, and you want to learn how to publish books that sell. Make sure that you hit that subscribe button and turn the bell notifications on so that way you don't miss a single one of these videos. And I do want to give a quick shout out to our sponsor, Vexels, the graphic design company with over 100,000 graphics, illustrations, and designs that can be used on any kind of publication. Whether it's the cover, inside pages, or a full-fledged coloring book, in Vexels, you'll satisfy any design need you have. Visit my affiliate link at dalelinks.com/Vexels to see more. Again, that's dalelinks.com/Vexels. Thank you very much, Vexels. I do appreciate it. All right, so the issue. I always started out with the issue. Man, when I started in this business, I was so overwhelmed. There's a lot of information. And heck, if you're new to this business and you're watching this and you're pretty new, you're probably going, oh my gosh, this dude has somewhere south of 400 videos here on YouTube. Where do I start? And that was my big conundrum back in 2013. When I'm like, what do I do? Who do I believe? What's the best first steps? And oh man, I was overwhelmed. You go ahead and fast forward a couple years later, January 2016, I saw my biggest break and my biggest breakthrough. The breakthrough got the break. That breakthrough was when I first got the big official #1 bestseller tag in Amazon, and it wasn't some obscure category. It was putting me into the top 10,000s, and it got me ranked in numerous categories. And I got a shout out from a guy named D1 Bainey, and D1 was one of the first ones, and I'm forever thankful to him for this, where he's like, hey, you want to come on my YouTube channel and talk about it? I was like, absolutely. I was flattered. And he got me on and had this interview. And before I knew it, after it was all done, D1 had a big enough following that all of a sudden I started getting people reaching out to me, emails, Messenger. Like I was just getting inundated. Like, hey, what's the deal? How do you do this? What did you do? And it started taking me away from the things that I loved most, which was writing. So I'm like, light bulb moment. I did the video really good, and I'm like, why don't I just go ahead and start doing more videos? So you fast forward from about January to April when I first launched this channel, the YouTube channel of Self-Publishing with Dale. And, that's where it started out. So April 2016, ground zero. Started square one here. You fast forward to about July of 2018, I broke 5,000 subscribers. And boy, that was hard. It was tough. And then you fast forward even further to this year, I had 10,000 subscribers on February 23rd of 2019. And then you fast forward to now, which actually is officially November 18th, just a few days ago. I hit 20,000 subscribers, and literally on the same day, 1 million freaking views, which is just mind-boggling to me. I can't even fathom, counting to that number. So it's pretty amazing. So what are the 5 keys to my overnight success? And I'm gonna say overnight success with quotation marks. And I'm gonna give you some ideas that you need to kind of embrace. And believe it or not, this will apply to your self-publishing business, whether you're self-publishing books or you're self-publishing videos. Because all of these traits are something that you need to kind of build into your mindset in order to really get some type of success. I think it's just crazy. And I just want to kind of go off on a tangent before I share those 5 keys. Yesterday, I'm speaking with someone who's given me a YouTube consultation, and he is responsible for helping out the largest influencers on YouTube today. He's helped large brands and companies. And as we disconnect, he's like, oh, I got to get on a phone call with Mark Cuban's team. What? This is my life? And so I go and I text my friend Dave Chesson. I'm sorry, I got to drop the name. Dave, and I'm like, this is a trip, dude. And I'm like, hang on. I'm saying this to Dave Chesson, one of the biggest names in self-publishing right now today. The guy who got, is all behind Publisher Rocket. So I want to kind of let you know about these things and these success measures. And whatever that success might mean to you are going to include these 5 keys. There's a reason why I wanted to share some of those. So let's start it out with number 1. The key to number 1 is you got to be consistent. Now, it's not just consistency of any one thing. It's consistency across the board. You got to be consistent with your brand. You got to be consistent with your timing and how you're releasing your content, or how you're advertising your content, or how you're reaching people. You need to do it in effort. You have to have consistent effort, because the times that I've been inconsistent, I see my brand completely just drop down. And I've shared before on this channel that passive income is just a myth, all right? There's no way that we're just gonna set things up and it's just gonna magically take care of itself. You're gonna have to take care of your brand, okay? It is almost like a living, breathing entity that you gotta be consistent with your efforts. And the next thing is consistent with your energy. Energy, wherever energy flows, or attention goes, energy flows. So let me repeat that. Wherever attention goes, energy flows. So as I paid more attention to this YouTube channel and delivering some good high quality information to you folks here, I seen it start to give back. Key number 2, all right? Flexibility. You gotta be flexible. So from time to time, I found that, I was like, okay, I'm gonna do broadcasts every Thursday night from now on. And what I discovered really quick was a vast majority of the people didn't want to tune in on Thursday nights at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And even more recently, I started to discover that they didn't want to see more than 2 live shows per week. It was starting to slowly kill my channel because a lot of people were like, no, enough, too much. And then even more so that you have to be flexible in that back in the day, let's see here, this was probably April last year in 2018, the whole Cockygate thing blew up. And if you're not familiar with that whole story, well, there was an author who had, and it was Felina Hopkins was the name of her. She'd actually trademarked the term cocky, and they went to send out cease and desist letters to people that were using it within their titles. And it created just a dumpster fire. And so I was one of the first people to break news on this one and break ground on it. Because as soon as I found out about it, I'm like, well, people need to know about this, because this could really change the landscape if this flies by. And, I had to be flexible. It was a Friday, and normally I don't bother with, Saturday or Sunday video production. So I said, you know what, screw it, let's just do it. I'm going to go ahead and shoot this. And I got it up. And on Monday, it fired off and it took off, and it brought me in thousands of people that I wouldn't have otherwise known or had seen me. So flexibility is so important in your business. Be ready to call an audible, if you will. So number 3, self-awareness. All right, you got to be aware of yourself. And I'm going to give you 3 good examples here. When I started this channel, I started it out with this thought, these delusions of grandeur, that I was going to launch this channel and become the next PewDiePie. I was going to have tens of millions of subscribers just simply by uploading a video. No, it doesn't work that way. And that's being realistic. But when I launched it with that unrealistic expectation. And I was putting out these videos. And those of you that actually subscribe to the DIY publishing course, DIYpublishing.biz, or you have unlimited access, you will see in the archives my oldest videos. And my very first video was a welcome video with me wearing a green, bright neon green cut-off tank top and in a darkly lit room, and just my energy's like really low. I'm like, hi, I'm self-publishing with Dale, and we're gonna, yeah. It was, oh my gosh, I'm falling asleep just thinking about it right now. It just, good Lord. So when I started to kind of take a step back and realize why I wasn't getting any success, watch the videos, they sucked. And, I just honestly from this day forward have since kind of said, okay, I gotta be a bit more aware, and I always need to be very critical about what I'm putting out and understand that the audience is looking for better. They're always looking for better, so I should always strive to be better. So then I started to evolve into this comedy style. It was actually very adult-oriented humor, and it took off. The channel started picking up, but I started to realize that the success started to hit a glass ceiling because I really wanted to reach a larger market. And it was a conversation with Brian G. Johnson. If you guys ever have the opportunity, you're interested in breaking into YouTube, go check out Brian G. Johnson TV. Brian is a fantastic guy, and he had a conversation with me via live stream on his channel, and he said, you know, if you really want to reach a larger market, you got to really kind of reconsider what you're putting out in the market right now. Yeah, you and I are entertained, but you could reach a larger market if you start to understand what people are looking for. And it was by me being self-aware and going, you know what, yeah, that's probably not the best idea. Yeah, it gives me a few good chuckles, but does it reach a larger audience? Is it going to get people success? And then you fast forward to even more recently, back in March to April, and I hear you loud and clear. You don't have to comment on those videos anymore. I can't change them. They are the way they are. Back in March to April, I had actually launched these videos, and I tried out a new style to where I was zooming in on the videos and I was zooming out and I was panning in and panning out and just doing too much. And it was actually creating me about 3 hours of work on a single 5 to 10 minute video. And people were getting annoyed. They were like, I can listen to your video, but I can't stand watching it. And I at least was aware enough that like when I tried it and I tested it out and I got that response, rather than going, well, it's their fault, I was able to go, you know what, they're right. It is annoying, actually, it sucks. You know, I'd much rather just watch a video that just stays in place and the guy talks to me and I can learn from them. So being self-aware, super, super important. This is something I can't express enough in all walks of business. You need to be aware of yourself and how you need to improve what you're doing. All right, number 4, open-mindedness. Now, this kind of ties back into the whole self-awareness and being flexible, but also being open-minded to, you know, receiving feedback, or being open-minded to what are the successful people doing and how can I start to implement that. And there was actually a point about over 2 years ago, I think I was just south of about 1,000 subscribers, and I was having a discussion with my wife, and we were talking about potential videos I could put on the channel that people would be interested in. And I said, man, review videos do really, really good. What should I do? She said, you should do Grammarly. And I was like, nobody wants a video about Grammarly. I'm like, I like it, but I don't think anybody else is going to dig it. She's like, just give it a shot. So I gave it a shot. That video is my most successful video to date, just south of about 100,000 views. To be exact, about 91,000 views to be precise, about 90,100 something or other. All right, so that had, to date, gotten 483 subscribers. It has 3,200 watch time hours. Folks, it's a 5-minute friggin' video. And not to mention, I got paid pretty well with AdSense money on that, as well as affiliate earnings. So if I hadn't been open-minded to this specific area that my wife had suggested to me, I probably would have never gotten to reach those 483 people, to have gotten about 91,000 views. So this just kind of shows you have to be open-minded. I do have one final key to success, and I want to just do a really quick plug here, folks. Join me every Saturday at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's Universal Time Coordinated -5 here, Self-Publishing with Dale. DaleLinks.com/live. We're here every Saturday. And of course, on every Monday at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, that's Self-Publishing with Dale at twitch.tv/self-publish. You can subscribe for free with your Amazon Prime when you actually visit DaleLinks.com/Twitch Prime. Alrighty, so the very last thing here, and this is something that everybody needs to be very, very mindful of, because you can't just do it on your own. You can't just be successful on your own. You can't just put something out into the market and go, okay, well, that's it, that's done. It all comes down to you, the audience. Now, I'm addressing the people that are watching this. And I want you to think about this in your own brand. You're going to have some points in your life that you're going to see success. And I think that from the day oneers, the Kevin McGuires in my life, to the Keith Wheelers, to the Anthony Fleischmans, all the way up to the Jocelyn Carters here of this channel and the Walter Wyburns. Everybody that has come here has contributed in some capacity, has allowed me to do this life that, what is this? 10 years ago, you would have told me I was on video making a successful living at this. I would have been saying, you're crazy. What? That's nuts. No way that can happen. You have to be forever grateful to the people that raise you up. You have to be grateful to your readers. Every last one of them. You have to treat them like gold, even more precious than gold. You have to get it to where you build that sense of community. Because without that community, you won't have any measure of success at all. I promise you that. So always appreciate your audience. That's why, folks, I get notifications for all your comments. Believe it or not, your comments come through almost like a text on my phone. Yeah, you want to know why I answer it so fast? Because it comes right through here and I answer it. I try to do my best not to obsess over it, but I'm obsessed over being a part of this community and contributing to you. And you should have that same mindset when it comes to your own community you're trying to build. Because if you start to embrace that idea of culture and building that sense of camaraderie, I promise you, 20,000 subscribers is going to be a drop in the bucket. And I can guarantee you that this next year, my biggest plan is going to be hitting 100,000 subscribers here on YouTube. And one person actually once told me it's impossible for a small niche channel like self-publishing to hit 100,000 subscribers. Talked to an expert yesterday. He said, it's very possible. He's like, you will definitely do it. And if you agree with me, I'd definitely love to hear from you. Drop it inside the comments. Hey, folks, also, a big call to action here. I actually had an old video. It's a secret to growing my YouTube channel to 5,000 subscribers. There's actually a link to that. So if you want to see that from back when I broke 5,000 subscribers, then I'll share it with you. And also, by the way, just I do want to let everybody know that some of these mindset type things and some of these growth hacking type tips I'm giving you, you're going to actually learn a lot of that inside the massive action plan for nonfiction authors. Right now, I'm already about partway into the beta seed machine. Folks, it's 12:30. It's time for us to go ahead and transition on over. Join me at dalelinks.com/badbooks. The link is down below, and we're going to go ahead and transition on over. And hey, if you happen to be watching all the way to this point inside the video, make sure you drop down 10 banana stickers inside the comments to make sure that you made it this far.